Hello and welcome. I am Dr. B. Fox, and I get the question all the time. So, what is it that you actually do? And I love this question, and I really don't think there's a super simple way to explain it. And definitely explaining it through words doesn't always resonate with everybody. So, I thought I would come on and do a little video to just introduce the work that we do here at Dr. B. Fox & Co. And allow you to just really sit with what we do, and does it align with you? Is it something that's going to serve you? We believe it can help everyone in their journey in the right timing. But having you know that it's right for you at this point in your journey is what's important. And so really, so I have my doctorate in physical therapy. The physical therapy that I do though is not conventional therapy. And the reason behind that is not that it doesn't work, because it does for certain people. And it's a beautiful, beautiful modality for a lot of people. But there's also the people that just doesn't get them to their goal, whether it's just it was unsuccessful for whatever reason, or it got them to a certain percentage towards their goal, but didn't get them all the way towards their goal, or they still have some recurring physical pains. And where the work that we do comes in is that we're getting beyond the musculoskeletal system, and we're getting into the underlying root or the driver of what's going on. And the driver can be anything from internal factors, which are emotions, mental thoughts, mental beliefs, behaviors, even a conscious awareness, as well as external factors. And those are going to be general. So, an event took place that really imprinted your system, and an event or experience or even a trauma, things that really affect our deep cellular tissue, or our tissue at a cellular level. And that's going to store, it's going to take up space, whether it's in the muscle, whether it's in the joint, whether it's in an organ, or whether it's stuck in your nervous system. There's so much buzz now about a heightened nervous system, and what do you do to settle? What do you do to ground? And that's all so important. What's the underlying driver of then how your system is presenting? So a symptom. And that's really what our target is. And that's where our genius lies, is being able to utilize internal dialogue with your system, because no two people are the same. No two journeys are the same. And even though you might have the same diagnosis as the next person, or you have similar symptomology as the next person, your tissue, your journey, your experience in this life is different than theirs. And the underlying root, very, very likely, pretty much we can guarantee it, is going to be different than the next person's. And so if there is an underlying emotion or belief or a behavior or a conscious awareness that maybe came from, let's just use an injury. So you're a high-level high school soccer player, and you're slated to go to college, and you end up spraining your ankle right before a big weekend where college recruits are coming. So yes, you have this physical injury, but what are the belief systems? What are the emotions? What are the feelings that come in surrounding that event or that experience or that trauma, right? That injury. And how do those store? How do they affect your biomechanics? How do they affect how your rehab goes? How do they affect your mental state? How do they affect your emotions? Are you now sitting on the bench watching your team, seeing these college scouts, and you start to have all of these beliefs that are coming through? And how do those store? How do they stay? And what happens is when that occurs, it's actually going to affect not only yourself, because you have chemical changes that come as a result of that, but it's also going to change how you show up. It's going to change your rehab, of course, and if you get better, in a sense of, 5 years down the road, does your ankle still bother you? Yet you did all the right things, you saw the right practitioners, yet you still have this ongoing ankle issue, and no one can figure it out. That's where we come in, because it's really diving in deeper to the system and saying, what is underneath all of this that's driving, that's picking at this? If we think of picking a weed at home in your, let's say your backyard, if I just take the weed and pick it out, more than likely that weed's gonna grow back. If I take the weed and I follow the rooting system down and I get all the way to where it began and I pull the whole thing out, now we're not gonna have that weed growing back, okay? And that's what we're doing with your system, is we're saying, okay, your symptom, the weed, is this ankle pain, but we're gonna follow that all the way back to what originates, what's stuck there, what's deep, what's rooted, and we wanna pull all of that out. And we have plenty of tools to do that. Again, no two people are the same, and so what tools are needed for you and clearing out that root are gonna be different than what's needed for me or the next person. And so whether that's in the musculoskeletal system, whether that's in your visceral organ system, which we know emotions have incredible relationships with the organ system. So if you have like ongoing digestive problems, if you've recently had a surgery, or baby or many babies, or lots of stress, lots of breath holding patterns, which is going to affect just how our global flow, how our movement inside of our body is blocked or stuck or just not serving us. So if we kind of go back to that ankle person, if the ankle person comes in for rehab and they're doing the typical rehab, but they're not getting the global healing, they're not getting that flow coming from elsewhere in the system, so lymphatic flow, circulatory flow, nervous system flow, energy flow, all of the systems need to be moving and have that homeostasis in order for the healing properties to get down to that ankle. And so if you have this ongoing musculoskeletal ache, pain, dysfunction that's going on and nothing is taking care of it or helping it feel better, it's very possible there might be more of a systemic thing going on. And so we're able to go in and really assess all the systems, okay, because that's what our training has gifted us, visceral, vascular, neural, okay, as well as the energetic, total body balancing, and lymphatic. Fascial, myofascial release, strain, counter strain. And so what we do is we take, the way I look at it, and the analogy I like to use is that if you're on a highway and it has, let's say, 6 or 7 lanes, your system is that highway. And each of those lanes is, let's say, the visceral system, the vascular system, the lymphatic system, the energy system. And so we are driving in on that highway, and your body is telling us, this lane, now slow down, now speed up. What about if we move into both this lane and then that lane? And so in this work, we're able to tap into and treat accordingly whichever system is the priority and is needing to have some kind of shift or release happen that day. And so you just like, I always think of it when you take your car into the dealership. Let's say you go in for an oil change and they change the oil, maybe rotate the tires, and then they bring you out that sheet of paper and they've done like an inspection of your car and they tell you, okay, the tread on your tires is in the yellow. Green is this, and this, and your filters are good. But red is your battery. Your battery's about to die. So we need to either replace it here or you need to get it replaced probably in the next few weeks, right? And so in this work, we're able to do that. We're able to say, okay, you came in for your ankle. Wonderful. Let's work on what the ankle needs for ideal healing. But also, let's look at the rest of the car. Let's look at the rest of your system. What is blocked? Do you have a diaphragm that's hypertonic, that stress is causing, or you had a moment of like, and you just haven't come down out of that? And is that blocking that flow? Is that inhibiting your ability to heal? Is it inhibiting your ability to ground yourself? Is it inhibiting your ability to function and have homeostasis? And that's really what we're doing here. And we absolutely love this work. We do believe it's for everyone in their right timing. And I hope this video was something that you can sit with, that really allows you to go, wow, I want my whole system looked at. I want the whole being noticed and honored, right? And what do you need? What is the priority in your system that needs to shift so that you can start to make movement forward for homeostasis, for health and well-being? And that's what we're here for. So if you have any questions, please reach out and let us know. We also have some other videos you can check out. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.